Good morning, everybody. Welcome to SASKS Academy at South Kent School 15 National Ice Hockey on YouTube. This morning, the Academy is set to take on the Yale 15 Bulldogs in the championship game of the New England District Regional, live from the Berkshire School in Sheffield, Massachusetts. Good morning, everybody. I'm Wells Aiken. Glad to have you with us once again here on YouTube as the Academy getting set to take on the Yale 15 Bulldogs in the championship game of the New England District Regional. And the Academy, of course, losing to Yale in the round-robin portion of the tournament yesterday for the first time this season by a score of 4-3. Bobby Barrasso had a hat trick in that game for the Bulldogs, and Michael Krasinski added a goal also for the Bulldogs, and they win 4-3 for the first time over the Academy this season, first time in 4 meetings. Let's take a look at how these teams got here. And of course, the Academy going undefeated in Connecticut Hockey Conference action, 8-0 on the season. 2 league wins over the Yale Bulldogs by scores of 2-0 and 3-1 on Fall Family Weekend at the Academy. And then they had an exhibition game at the Yale Showcase, a game that was their first meeting of the season, and they won that game by a score of 3-0. But as we said during the broadcast yesterday in the Yale Bulldogs game, past history is no guarantee of future performance, and it certainly wasn't, as the Yale Bulldogs had made some cuts to their team, reduced their roster, and had all their horses going. So they surely will give the Academy all they can handle today. Yale narrowly got in on a goal differential tiebreaker as they had lost to the Mid-Fairfield Junior Rangers last night by a score of 4-2. Meanwhile, the Academy finished out the round-robin portion by an 11-1 score over the New Hampshire Avalanche in a game that was never in question. Let's take a look at the lineups for the Academy. The Academy, of course, coached by head coach Scott Gainey and assistant coach John O'Connor. Goaltenders Bennett Jung and Tommy Aiken, number 1 and 31 respectively. At forward, number 11, Ryan Miktich. Number 9, Victor Chinekanair. Number 15, Jack Williams. Number 10, Colin Anna. Number 14, Nick DeSantis. Number 19, Will Rinaldi. Number 16, Justin Gordon. Number 22, Jake Stapert. Number 29, Jack Gorton. Number 24, Jaden Boreanaz. Number 37, Felix Gavers. And number 26, Tyler Silverstein. On defense for the Academy, number 3, Charlie DeRoche. Number 4, Caden Varga. Number 20, Austin Cook. Number 7, Frank Durasevich. Number 6, Josh Steele. And number 5, Aiden Erishman. He's still out with a collarbone injury. He will not play or dress today. Taking a look now at the Academy statistics. And Nick DeSantis still leading the team in points with 41, 20 goals, and 21 assists. And Jack Williams with 18 assists in 26 games played. Victor Chinekanair, second in goals with 17 goals scored this season. Williams, Rinaldi, and Justin Gordon rounding out your goal scorers. Chinekanair, DeRoche, and Gordon rounding out your assist leaders. Tommy Aiken leading the way with a .92 goals against average and a .947 save percentage, although those numbers took a bit of a dent yesterday against Yale. Let's take a look at the leaders for the Academy. And speaking of the other teams, U18s did not qualify for regionals, unfortunately, losing at states. The U16s are playing across the way here at the Berkshire School in the U16 championship game on the other side here at the beautiful Berkshire School athletic facility. And the Academy is up by a score of 2-0. Ethan Phillips with the second goal of the game, and Josh Lawrence took a shot. We believe it was deflected for the opening goal of the game. But either way, the Academy on top with 6:45 left to go in the second period in that one by a score of 2-0. Speaking of Lawrence, he leads all point getters with 44. Right behind him is Nick DeSantis. Mike DeSantis to my left with a big smile on his face. Nick with 41 points on the season coming into the weekend. DeSantis shaking his head to my left. Margell with 38 points. Chinekanair with 34. Williams with 33. Haskins with 31. As you start to see some U18 names creeping onto this list, they've had pretty balanced scoring all season, so the point totals for individual guys not as high, but they're starting to climb the ladder here. Haskins, Pinto, and Hutchinson all making our leaderboard this week as we have a 3-way tie for 10th between Pinto, Hutchinson, and Sullivan, all 3 with 24 points. Goal leaders, Will Margell with 21, Nick DeSantis with 20, Chinekanair with 17, Lawrence with 16, Williams with 15, and Ethan Phillips also with 15. Assist leaders for The U16 is Josh Lawrence. He leads all helpers. Nick DeSantis with 21 assists. Ruben Rafkin with 20. Haskins and Hutchinson round out your top 5 assist leaders. Matt Sagner still with ridiculous numbers. He might have a close to .00 goals against average by the end of the season, as he has a .36 goals against average and a .976 save percentage. That is certifiably insane. Aiken and Jung round out your top 3 goaltenders at the academy. Let's take a look now at our Yale lineup, and let's bring in, now stepping up to the mic, is Mr. Scott Willard. But let's take a look at the lineup first, then we'll get Scott's comments on that. The Yale U15s are coached by Joe Bologna and Steve Novador. Goaltenders are number 1, Alex Rolfe, and number 30, Carmine Andronovich. At forward, number 9, Aiden Cobb. Number 10, Aiden Hotchkiss. Number 11, Robert Barrasso. Number 13, Kyle Stober. Number 15, Hayden Riva. Number 16, Cole Brennan. Number 17, Jack Maritolo. Number 20, Zachary Van Dale. Number 22, Jacob Trout. Number 23, CJ Zezima. And number 92, Chris Hibson. On defense, number 2, Birch Gorman. Number 3, Brian Haywood. Number 4, Chris Avalone. Number 5, Kyle Kwasinski. Number 6, Cam Grillo. Number 7, Big Max Willard out of Taft. And number 8, Cam Partridge. So, Scotty, talk a little bit to me about this Yale lineup and what you've seen this weekend.
Well, it looked, as you saw yesterday, Wells, like a team that's gotten much more familiar as they've gone through the split-season team. I think particularly effective yesterday was the forward line of the double Aiden line, including Aiden Hotchkiss, Aiden Cobb, and Bobby Barrasso. Not quite as much of a productive evening yesterday as they fell to Mid-Fairfield 4-2 in a game that, unless it was a massive blowout in favor of Mid-Fairfield, was not going to affect the matchup for today's game. So hard to know if that affected teenage minds and was a distraction more than it should have been, but certainly the Yale boys were excited after the morning yesterday in what most would view as a pretty resounding upset victory over the South Kent boys. So obviously everyone's looking at this as for the split season guys, this is the last go before they're either never playing together again or get a chance to play together in Plymouth, Michigan in April. So I think a lot of these boys are real fired up and hoping to see what they can put together today. It's
a little dramatic. I would think some of them will be back next year with the U16s playing together, but at least this season.
My experience, my limited experience relative to yours in youth hockey is you never see a team look the same from year to year.
That is true.
And I don't think hockey parents are getting any less crazy during the course of now in the next several years. So
that is true. Let's take a look at the 15U My Hockey rankings for this week. Minnesota Blades at number 1, Buffalo Junior Sabres checking in at 2, Little Caesars at number 3, the Academy checking in at number 4, St. Louis Blues, Chicago Mission, Oakland Grizzlies, Rochester Coalition, Team Wisconsin, and Minnesota Moose round out your top 10. Yale just out of the top 20, although they surely will move up with their big win yesterday as they check in at number 21. Take a look at the 3 opponents this weekend. Yale coming into the weekend ranked 21st, Mid-Fairfield ranked 26th, and the New Hampshire Avalanche ranked 86th. And they came in with, I don't know how many players, but they left here with 10 players and 1 goalie last night and got beat by identical 11-1 scores by the Rangers and by the Academy and lost 7-0 to Yale. So tough weekend for that squad. But Yale and the Academy facing off today in the championship game. Taking a look now at the national rankings for all 3 midget divisions. The 18s, despite not making states and losing to the Connecticut Riverhawks 1-0 and Mid-Fairfield 5-2 at states, do maintain their number 2 ranking nationally. The 16s are ranked number 9 in the country. They've been there for quite a while. And since our last broadcast, where we did show the rankings, the Academy moved up from 5 to 4, and they are just behind Little Caesars in the national rankings. So we're waiting for the teams to take the ice here, and we will take a break and come back with pregame warm-ups and start of the championship game action, the drop of the puck, in just a few minutes. You're watching Selects Academy 15 National Ice Hockey on YouTube. Glad you're with us, everybody, and stay with us. About 50 seconds left in warm-ups here as we get set to get underway. So after the day these two teams had yesterday, Scotty, it'll be interesting to see what they come out with after a 7 a.m. start yesterday and a 7:30 for the Academy, 8 p.m. nightcap for the Yale Bulldogs.
Yeah, and hard to know if everyone really got as much rest as they needed to yesterday on a beautiful but quite chilly New England afternoon. So curious to see what it looks like. Obviously, there's a lot of energy in the building for this game. Two teams really excited to put their best effort forward today.
And of course, we'll have, I believe, I'm not sure if we'll have introductions, but we're definitely going to have a national anthem, and it will be interesting to see how these players react to that. As always, it's not quite the disruption of the Super Bowl for NFL players, but it's a little different routine for the boys, and it'll be interesting to see how they react after a little bit of a delay between warm-ups and the opening period, but I suspect both teams ready to go here.
Well, I'm sure all eyes will be on you, Wells, as you sing our national anthem with a full baritone this morning.
There's a lot of glass in this facility, Scotty, and it could be in jeopardy if they ask me to sing the anthem.
We've all signed the waiver.
That better? Welcome to the Berkshire School for the 2017-15 Floor Tier 1 Mainland District Hockey Championship game. We can have everyone please rise, remove your hats, players on the blue line helmets on, direct your attention to center ice for the playing of our national anthem.
So a bit of a surprise as I see Carmine Andronovich in the net to my right. And would have thought that maybe Alex Rolfe might get the start after a big win yesterday, but maybe Steve Novidor thinking that much like the major league managers don't want a team to see the same pitcher twice, maybe wants to change it up. Certainly two equal caliber goaltenders in Andronovich and Rolfe.
Absolutely.
And Novidor maybe thinking a change of pace might fool and throw the Academy off a little bit. The Academy will go with Tommy Aiken in net to our left as the teams
looks like a little helmet maintenance on the blue bench Wells for Aiden Hotchkiss. Looks like we're going to see the double Aiden line again with big Bobby Barrasso at the puck drop.
He has another game like yesterday. We're going to retire that moniker forever on at least Select's Academy broadcast. If we're ever together on the same team again, we can bring it back. But I'll go with Big Bobby Barrasso for today in the spirit of sportsmanship.
One last day.
The Academy will send out Trinecanair, Williams, and Stapert with DeRoche and Varga at the points. And we are set to get underway here. And off the draw, the Academy will control and skate it back into their own end. Varga near side boards. He's challenged there by Cobb. Williams turns the puck over at the blue line, falls down. And out of the zone will come the Academy, DeRoche, as that's momentarily offsides, but Yale clears, and Varga will take now. Gives to Williams. Williams chips it up the wall to Chidekadere. Chidekadere down the right wing side. Chidekadere in the near corner. Chidekadere centering for Williams. A shot and a goal! And the Academy gets off to a huge start here as Chidekadere hits Williams in the slot. And he buries it with 16:35 left to go here in period number 1. And the Academy on top, 1-0 on the goal by Jack Williams. So that's exactly the start the Academy was looking for there, Scotty.
Yeah, it sure was. Not the one that the Yale Bulldogs were looking to see.
And the Academy on the other side, 2 up on Yale at the second intermission. They're doing the ice on the Olympic rink on the other side here. The Academy will send out Rinaldi, Miknich, and Gordon with Durasevich and Cook at the points. Cook will take for the Academy. Cook sends it up the left wing side for Rinaldi. Rinaldi skating it over the zone. And Rinaldi's pass shot for Gordon goes wide of goal, out of the reach of Gordon. In the corner now, Miknich and Gordon there. Gordon centering for Rinaldi. Back to Durasevich shot, and that's blocked out high. And now Cook will take for the Academy. Cook shoots it in. That's a left pad stop by Andronovich. And Gordon now. In the far corner now, the Academy. That's Miknich. Miknich in behind the goal. Check that, that's Rinaldi. Sends it back to Cook. Far side for Durasevich. Durasevich will chip it deeper. And now Miknich. Miknich sends it back around for Durasevich. Durasevich with a shot. Pad stop by Andronovich. Rebound there, but nobody home for the Academy, and Yale will turn it to the corner. Hayward sends it around for Gorman. And now near side, that's Brennan. Sorry, far side. Brennan, that's Cook. Puck comes near side. Bad bounce off the boards. And in comes Zezima, and Tommy Aiken with a glove stop there. Rob C.J. Zezima on the breakaway. And what'd you see there, Scotty?
I'm still getting oriented in the building here, Wells. We've got a little bit tighter booth than we have.
Yeah, we're being encroached upon by several parents. Some shot blocking going on off the ice as Nick DeSantis comes down the left wing side. Add to the list of my duties here, Scotty, is directing parental traffic.
Usher, chaperone, everything.
Had a good scoring opportunity there for Yale.
Yeah, I guess my comment was I might have expected CJ to maybe come in a little closer, put a move on Tommy, but obviously handled relatively nonchalantly by the South game.
DeRoche in behind Aiken, sends it up for Gavers. Gavers now gives it up for DeSantis. DeSantis right wing side, he's with Gordon. DeSantis leaves it for Gordon. Gordon in the corner. And now DeSantis there. That's handled by Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss pressured there by Gavers. That puck will come up the right wing side for Maritolo. And now DeRoche will turn it back the other way. Gavers going to the bench will skate past the puck. And that allows Bobby Barrasso and now Hotchkiss to come in over the zone line. Hotchkiss moving in. Oh. Hotchkiss with a shot. Left shoulder stop by Aiken. That'll come back to the point to Krasinski. And that'll get dumped deep. And I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, Scotty, but I believe that was Michael Krasinski with that goal in that mad scramble yesterday,
and
not
right.
Cam Grillo. So we want to correct ourselves and give credit there.
Yep.
A little easier when we can go watch it on tape after the game.
Of course. Yeah, there was a lot of bodies in a small space, but yeah, that was quiz.
Puck shot up into the bench. We'll get a stoppage here. 14:08 left to go from the NHL rink at the Berkshire School in Sheffield, Mass. We're going to face off to the left of Aiken, getting the NHL treatment today with 4 officials on the ice.
Yeah, we saw that last night, which is kind of interesting. In that it felt a little bit over-officiated potentially against the midfield.
Shot in on goal. Aiken turns out aside. Another shot that goes off the side of the net. Teams battle in the corner, and Yale certainly looking to apply a little pressure here and mount a response to the early Williams goal. Puck comes back to the point to Avalon. That goes wide of goal, near side. And that'll come up the wall, and that's chipped high and out. And looked freakishly close to the lens of our camera, but that's because we're zoomed in.
I'm here to protect you, well, so we've all got our different jobs.
I'm looking forward to being one of those images that they put up on the screen at NHL games when they tell you to beware of pucks.
Yeah.
Stepping in now is Zezima, and Chidekadere will get tossed, and Williams will replace him in the dot. Zezima wins it. Shot by Van Dale goes wide. We played each other so many times. I'm starting to get to know these numbers pretty easily.
Yeah, you got them.
Avalon dumps it deep for his counterpart Varga, 4-4. That'll come around near side for Stapert. Stapert, his pass is Chip pass there is picked off by Zezima, not able to keep in the zone, but Yale will turn it back in, and they will clear as the Academy. Aiken will leave it there behind the goal for Durasevich. Durasevich having trouble on the forecheck there. Puck turned over, loose in front.
Vandale playing a nice hard forecheck.
And Zezima now with a pass across, intended for Vandale. That too far. Teams will chase to the half wall. Puck there is the team's battle. And Varga will send it high up and off the glass and send it all the way down, and we'll get an icing call here and a stoppage. 13:01 left to go here in the opening period. The Academy on top by a score of 1-0 on a Jack Williams goal, and still no update from the other side where the U16s have not retaken the ice yet, but they continue to lead 2-0 on goals by Phillips and an unknown deflection off the shot of Josh Lawrence to open the scoring in that game. Off the faceoff, Austin Cook, left-hand side, sends it up for Jack Gordon. His chip off the wall for Miknich. Miknich sends it up for Rinaldi, streaking down the left wing side. Rinaldi moving in. And Miknich there. Shot from the slot by Rinaldi. That goes wide. And battling in the corner is Rinaldi. Rinaldi sends it off the side of the goal. Comes back to him in the corner. He'll leave it for Gordon, all the way back to the point for Cook. Cook walking back in, dumps it deeper, but not hard enough. Yale will pick that off, and Riva will take. He sends it up the left wing side for Maritolo. Maritolo will turn it over there. Good stick by Rinaldi. Miknich will pound it off the boards, and Yale will control and dump it back in deep. That puck will bounce it on Aiken, and he doesn't like what he sees there with the funny hop, so he will cover up and get a face-off to his left. 12:14 left to go here in the opening period. The Academy still on top, 1-0.
So no relation to George the Animal Steele, I'm assuming. Well,
You've seen his father, maybe.
protecting his goalie, but not not WWF style.
DeSantis off the draw. Sends it up the left wing boards for Gordon. Gordon now chips it up, but Cam Grilovich able to keep it out of the zone, keep a clean zone entry from happening there as it comes over to Kwasinski. He sends it ahead right below us. And Kwasinski gets a high shot in on Gavers, but I suspect the boys are going to be allowed to play a little bit here in this championship game. Up the right wing side for Bobby Barrasso. Barrasso with the hat trick yesterday, moving in over the zone line. And the Academy might want to think about putting a body on big Bobby Barrasso, and he decides to put a body on the Academy right there as Gordon comes in, shot on goal, glove save, and Andronovich will hang on there and take a face-off to his left. 11:36 left to go here in the opening period from the championship game of the 2017 Pure 15 Regional.
Pure 15.
I love how they call it pure. There's probably anything but pure about these guys.
I agree. I agree. Maybe that's like a good surfing
When you
term.
ask them what they did wrong, you get pure baloney, maybe. So.
Yeah, that could be. That could be right.
Could be. And I'm not talking about hockey. I'm talking about at home. So Zezima sends it far side. They're all little angels, Scott. Coming off the wall. Zezima.
Ours
They're
in
going to get a
particular,
penalty there. The Academy will take a holding call there, or interference. Not sure what they'll call, but a penalty nonetheless on the Academy. And Yale will get their first power play of the game as Silverstein's going to go for a penalty here. And Yale will have a chance to even the score here, going on the power play faceoff in the zone to the right of Tommy Aiken.
And I think I recall, Wells, yesterday one of Bobby's was not a perfectly architected, but definitely gritty power play goal.
Off the draw. Hotchkiss battling there. And the Academy able to come up with it, and they'll split the D and send it all the way down where Andronovich will leave it there for Grillo. Grillo in behind the goal. Grillo will skate it up and out. Grillo sends it left wing side for Cobb. Cobb checks it back across for Partridge. Partridge now right wing side over for Grillo. Grillo will skate, and Grillo will chip it into the zone. Not able to maintain possession. The Academy chips it off the wall, but kept in there by Barrasso covering at the point. Partridge up high. Partridge with a shot. That goes off the skate of Durasevich and wide. Partridge in the far corner now. He's battling with Durasevich, and Gordon will chip that all the way down, and that'll go off the Yale bench. And they're going to say a Yale player was leading over the boards. Oh, no, maybe they're pointing. They're just pointing that it hit the bench. I thought they were pointing for the face-off location. So they're going to take that all the way back into the Academy and to the left of Aiken. 10:31 left to go here in the opening period, and the Academy on top 1-0, but Yale with 1:18 left to go on their power play. Teams battling in the corner now. Cook for Williams. Williams will turn and fire it to center. And Gorman there will control for Yale. Gorman skates it, does not gain the red line, but somehow 4 referees missed that one. That would have been a ticky-tacky close call, but it was right there, not quite over the red line, I didn't think.
Our job is to do the ticky-tacky.
That's right. Good play there by the Academy. Good pressure by Williams as he'll skate it up the wing. He forces the turnover, and the Academy stays onside there. Now we're even. I thought that might have been offsides there, Scotty. So Williams coming in over the zone line. He'll walk off the wall. He will rag it back and kill time here. 43 seconds left to go. He sends it across for Cook as the Academy plays keep away here. Varga will hang on to it there, and now Varga will send it high up and not all the way down. There's a nice play there by Kwasinski rather to chip it on the head, intercepting that long clearing attempt by Varga. And now Cook will go back to chase for the Academy, sends it near side for Varga. Varga up the right wing side, and the Academy will send it all the way down with 17 seconds left on the penalty to Silverstein, and Andronovich will leave it there for Kwasinski. Kwasinski coming up the center of the ice, sends it left wing side now for Riva. Riva down the left wing side. And Hipson there with Riva. Now Hipson coming out in front of the net. Spinorama shot, that is blocked. And another shot, not sure if Aiken got the pad on that or if it hit the side of the net, but either way, in behind the goal line. And the Academy will battle there. Durasevich battling with Riva. Sober, check that, 13.
Or sorry,
no white helmet.
That's Maritola.
Maritola, 17. Centering pass there for Hipson. Shot off the side of the net or off of Aiken's right shoulder. Aiken trying to find the puck behind him. And we're going to get a call here. Who's he got?
I think he's got whatever it was. I think it's a little ticky, maybe a lot tacky. It looks like it's Nick DeSantis going. I'm not sure. I saw a penalty there, Wells. And
DeSantis will go for a rough. And like you said, you know, the potential with 4 officials is that nothing critical gets missed, but the other side of that is that you get an over-officiated hockey game.
That just was hard to see as a penalty in a game like this.
Yep, Yale will go on the power play here for the second time. 8:47 left to go here in the opening period. Back to Avalon at the point. Comes over for Partridge. Partridge with a shot. That goes off the skate of Cook, far side corner where Cobb will retrieve for Yale. Back to Partridge now. Partridge setting it down low. Puck is fanned on Cobb with a shot. Aiken with a save there. It'll come back to Cobb, and Cobb will look at options. He will send it down low in the corner for Barrasso. Barrasso working out of the corner, sends it back for Avalon. Avalon walks, sends it down low for Cobb. Back to Avalon. Avalon winds and fires. Left hand stop by Aiken. He dives out to find the puck, and that squirts just wide. Good stop by Aiken there, unable to cover, but gets some puck luck there as the Academy comes back the other way. Chudek and air down low now. That goes off a stick of Yale. We'll get a stoppage in play here, and a big left pad stop by Tommy Aiken to keep this game scoreless. 8:06 left to go in the period. 1:20 left on the go to go on the penalty to Nick DeSantis.
Looks like they're trying to attempt a repeat of the bang bang power play from yesterday. Fire and swing, I think, is the motto of the day for that group.
Micknick stepping in on the draw. Yale able to win that one back to Partridge. Partridge will send it around. And Yale will control with minute 11 left on the penalty to DeSantis. Coming through center, good stick there by Micknick as that puck is nearly turned over, but Yale regroups and retakes. Avalon sends it all the way in behind Aiken. Aiken elects to leave it for his defense, and a nice punt that would make Ray Guy proud. Going to go all the way back to the 70s.
Everyone curious who we were going to get on the punter call there.
Every kicker I thought of was a kicker and not a punter as that rolls it on Aiken. He will stop and cover up. I'm thinking Gaskowski, and I'm like, he doesn't punt. Sean Landetta would be a more recent
I like
punter.
Sean Landetta.
Sean Landetta from my childhood, the heyday of the Giants. Who's the Giants punter that ended up in prison?
No, I can't remember.
We'll think of it later.
We'll get it.
We'll get you between periods. 7:24 left to go, minute 38 to go on the penalty to DeSantis. And off the draw, Yale will control, comes back to the point. Not able to be handled cleanly there by Partridge. He'll send it near side for Kwasinski. Kwasinski, his pass ahead too far for everybody, and that'll go all the way down. And not sure how that wasn't an icing.
I think CJ actually got a
get a piece of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I heard the one of our 4 guys.
And you and I were right on that phantom icing call in the Academy the other day. Another thing we got to see on the tape as the Academy sends that all the way down with 13 left to go on the power play for Yale. And now 10 seconds as they will look to get a final chance in the final seconds of this power play and maybe some momentum off the end of the power play. Well, the Academy able to turn it over there and back the other way. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Good numbers back for Yale. Pad stop by Andronovich. Another stop by Andronovich, and the puck now behind the goal. And the Academy and Yale will battle near side boards just inside the Yale blue line. Kept in there by Stapert as both teams back at full strength. And now Brennan will circle and send it up to the point there. Kept in by Cook at the point for the Academy. Cook walks and shoots. Pad stop by Andronovich. He clears out there. And how do you not get a penalty there? Unbelievable. Bizarre. Puck watching by the officials. As after the 2 calls on the Academy, that is stunning that wasn't called.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a textbook trip, Scotty.
Yeah, he didn't mean it, but geez,
no, but it was accidental.
In his face.
Absolutely. Certainly no more than Silverstein meant to have a defensive zone hold or offensive zone hold a few minutes ago. So
it's great to be right, and that's one of the things that we enjoy being up here.
That's right, and
we are never.
There is no final arbiter, only us. Hibson handled there.
We haven't been wrong yet, that's for sure.
Oh, we've been wrong, just not live. Go back and look at the tape later. We've been wrong plenty of times.
Oh, but that's just.
As Riva goes into the corner, I'm wrong every day. Just ask my wife. Miknich battling there with Riva. Miknich loses control momentarily. Turnover in front, and a shot that kind of knuckles in on Aiken off speed, but not sure whether he directed that wide or it just rolled wide. But either way, out of harm's way as the teams go back and chase in behind the goal. Gordon there, and now DeRoche pinching. Hibson, he'll chase Hibson in behind. And up the right wing side comes Yale as Maritola will send that all the way down. And we will get an icing call here and a stoppage with 5:01 left to go here in the opening period. And the Academy on top by a score of 1-0. An early goal by Jack Williams off the setup from Victor Chidekanair. Face off to the right of Andronovich. DeSantis. Shot wide there by Justin Gordon. That'll come to the near side wall. That fired in wide of goal. Teams battling just in front of the Yale bench. They'll send it in behind Andronovich. And now the Academy and Yale battling in the corner. Referees are inclined to let the clock wind here as the teams come up the near side now. And that is Zezima sending it further for Yale. DeRoche will retrieve and tries to escape, but picked off there.
Oh, good block.
And that was a nice shot block there, it looked like, by Caden Varga. I don't think that got in on Aiken off the turnover. Dangerous turnover there as Hibson made a quick centering pass. Didn't see who got the shot there, but nice block again by Caden Varga. That puck will come back to center, and Gavers will turn it over there, and Zezima will take for the Bulldogs. Zezima, centering pass. And Varga, as that puck deflects in behind the goal, Varga will come out the left wing side. Off the wall, and Yale certainly on the...
a little more forecheck here, Wells.
Well, they've carried the pace with those 2 power plays. Shot in on goal, Aiken will smother and hang on. We'll get a stoppage here with 3:52 left to go. Face off to the left of Aiken. And the Academy on top 1-0. Looking over at the U16 game, 12:15 left to go over there, and the Academy still on top of Yale on that side, 2-0. Off the draw, Barrasso chips it ahead. Now Hotchkiss, puck is loose in front, and now Rinaldi will skate it up the left wing side. Will Rinaldi for the Academy. Rinaldi bodied hard there in front as Hotchkiss now takes and dishes in behind for Kwasinski. Up the left wing boards for Cobb. Cobb sends it off the wall for Hotchkiss, and off his stick over to Grillo. He'll send it further for Barrasso, who will chip it deep in the zone. Chasing in behind is Hotchkiss, but the Academy able to control there. They'll send it up the wall, but not out as Grillo keeps it. He sends it up into the Academy bench. And we'll get a stoppage here. 3:25 left to go.
A narrow frame, but a heavy, heavy, heavy hit from the real Cam Grillo. Mr. Rinaldi.
Off the face-off. It was almost like a home run ball, Scotty. Rinaldi coming with such speed, right. Met by such speed at the other direction. 2 immovable forces.
That's right.
We'll have to get the physics teacher from the Academy on our next broadcast to explain how that works.
Well, we can start talking about Newton's second law if we need to. I can freelance a little bit.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. A little chest thumping to my right.
It's the only one I know, so I have to highlight it as often as possible.
Learned that at Taft, did you?
Could have been in the lovely halls of Mr. Taft School.
2:59 left to go here. As play back underway. Yale coming into the zone, possibly with a 2-on-1, but nice stick lift there by Chineke to take. And he will come around, but fans on the passing. It's turned over there to Van Dale, and Van Dale's pass off the mark as Stapert will come up and out of the zone. Stapert down the left wing side. Stapert sends it in behind Andronovich, and Chineke will chase far side with Williams. Williams with a heavy hit there on Haywood. And Zezima now up the right wing side for Cole Brennan. Puck comes off the wall, and Gorman will control for Yale. Gorman out there with Haywood on defense for Yale. Chineke now, left wing side, shot off the wall, blocked by a couple of sticks, and back the other way comes Yale through center. Chineke chasing, and that play goes in offsides. We'll get another stoppage here with 2:13.
Wasn't subtle.
Left to go. 10:54 on the other side, but Yale on the power play. A minute 34 to go on the power play over there, and Yale looking to get within one of the U16 Academy on the Olympic rink here at Berkshire. Near side now. Puck along the wall. Handled by Hibson there. He sends it far side for Avalon. Avalon dumps it in. That goes to the right of Aiken. Aiken thought about freezing it, but decides to allow play to continue. And the Academy will chip it out of the zone. That fired back in wide of a clearing Riva. He clears and will head in on the forecheck. The Academy looking to come out of the zone. Nice breakout there as Miknich will control coming through center. Miknich looking for Gorton. That pass a little bit too far, and Gorton battling in front. He and Partridge the cartridge collide heavily into Carmine Andronovich. We get a reprise performance.
So they both did.
Reprise performance. Oh, boy. The stuff we come up with on these.
Well, Carmine did slip out of the way at the last minute, but that was two pretty quick-moving bodies running down.
They're going to take that outside as Gorton initiated the contact there. And Miknich will not able to win that draw. Avalon will take and send it deep as Avalon is thumped hard there by Rinaldi. And now Gorton on the right wing side. Puck off the wall, a little stick lift there. And now controlling his
hard to not see that as a trip. Jesus, the blade caught in his holder.
Yeah.
I know he didn't mean it.
Well, that was. Now we're even again. That's two even ups. Shot in on goal, blocker aside by Aiken. Tough shot there to handle by
Yeah, it looked like it was deflected
Cobb.
a little bit.
Yep. And Aiken able to find that one and track it down. He deflects to the corner. Now the Academy will come out of the zone. This is Gordon. Pass ahead for DeSantis. DeSantis feeds it for Gordon and just at his feet, or that would have been a beautiful scoring chance for the Academy. Barrasso back the other way for Yale. Barrasso moving in down below the goal line. He's bodied off there by Durasevich, another Westchester Express reunion. DeSantis now battling along the wall. Puck is loose. And DeSantis battling, coming off the wall. A shot. Puck is loose in front. And the Academy not able, and they're going to call an interference call here on Yale. Or a slash, a hook. One of the above.
Yeah, take your pick.
And we're going to get our first power play of the game here. And that time, you got to call that one, I think, with the scoring chance being created off the penalty. 38.4 seconds left here in the period. And the Academy will get their first power play of the game. Faceoff will come outside the zone just in front of the Academy bench. And that is Aiden Cobb, who's going to go off on the hook.
It looks like it's actually the other Aiden. We've got Hotchkiss in the box. They put Aiden Cobb's number up to begin with.
Okay, so Cobb is on the board, but Hotchkiss is in the box.
Correct.
Now maybe a little sleight of hand there by Steve Novador.
I would recommend that sleight of hand.
Jack Williams moving in, backhand shot, and that puck is deflected up and over the net. Andronovich fought that off with the shoulder, looked to glove it, and just as he looked to glove it, it was tipped up and over the net. Chineke now, left wing side, sends it back to the point for Cook. Cook down low, shot in on goal by DeRoche. And that'll come all the way back now for Chineke. Chineke down low for Gordon. Gordon goes back door for DeRoche, and that pass maybe just a little too hard for DeRoche. 7 seconds left in the period. Off the wall comes DeRoche. DeRoche with a shot, left pad stopped by Andronovich, and mark that down as Andronovich kept it from becoming a 2-1 lead with a sharp left pad stop there at the buzzer. So these two teams will take a short break, and so will we. We'll be back with second period action in just a second. No ice cut, so stay with us. You're watching Selects Academy at Southgate School 15 National Hockey. Back in just a second. So we're back here to start the second period. Academy still on the power play with Aiden Hotchkiss in the box for another minute 23 seconds. Minute 22 and change. As we'll get a face-off here at center ice, the Academy will send out DeRoche, DeSantis, Williams, along with Chinekanair and Cook. Yale countering with Avalon, Hibson, Partridge, and Zezima at the center ice face-off dot. Off the draw, DeSantis wins that. It'll come back to Chinekanair. He'll leave for Cook. Cook will skate in behind the goal, behind Tommy Aiken, and leave it for DeSantis. Diesel will turn and leave it back for Cook. Cook skating up the right wing side. Austin Cook using his speed. He'll get down in below the goal line. Ooh, and he loses an edge there. That's definitely not a trip, because he just leaned a little hard into that one. Maybe got a little shove, but that, of course, being a legal check. And center there for Chinekanair. He tips it ahead, but Cook hard into the board. Slow to get up. Was still coming out of the zone there, Scott.
I know. Looks like a right arm something, Wells. I don't like to see that.
And that would be a big loss for the Academy if Austin Cook is injured for any period of time in this game. Coming back to Sandus with a shot, and Andranovich will smother and hang on. We'll get a stoppage here.
Yeah, he looks very, very, very uncomfortable.
With 16:15 left to go.
Not happy to see that.
And, of course, the Academy with 2 games here, double duty for the trainers. 16:15 left to go, 38 seconds on the power play. And off the draw, Justin Gordon will leave it for Ryan Miknich, but big Bobby Barrasso fights through and pushes that puck up and out of the zone. Varga now near side will control for the Academy. Final 27 seconds. And now Miknich coming in over the zone line. He'll skate down below the goal. Puck comes back to the point. Varga sends it over for Durasevich. Durasevich down low for Gavers. Gavers looking to hit a pitching Varga backdoor, but Gavers taking way too long on that pass, as that'll come all the way down on Aiken for the final 5 seconds of this penalty to Aiden Hotchkiss. And it looks like the Academy 0 for 1 on the power play, Yale 0 for 2. So neither team able to capitalize on the power play thus far in this game. The Academy still up 1-0 on that early goal by Jack Williams. Solid game so far for both teams. Pressure and chances at both ends.
Yep, good goaltending on both sides as well.
Minimal number of penalties. Probably could have been fewer. Probably could have been more. We'll see. Maybe could have been the same number, just some different calls, as that puck is turned over in beside the goal. All in the end, Scotty, I think it's all evened out so far.
I would agree.
Justin Gordon now at the blue line, stops and leaves it there for Chinekanair. Chinekanair moving in a little too long on that shot, as that skates right into the gap of the Yale defender. And that was Gorman there with a good stick. And Steele now will regroup in his own end. Steele, left wing side now. Steele will skate it in. And I believe I heard that on the other side, the Academy had a 5-on-3 disadvantage and was able to kill that off. That score remains 2-0. The Academy with Yale, the Academy currently on the power play.
Yep.
The Academy able to keep it in there. And that is Williams. Williams looks to center. That goes off some skates and goes left side for Van Dale. Van Dale right side for Hotchkiss out of the box. And Steele not able to handle that puck, as Yale will chase it down the left wing side. And Williams goes down along the near side boards. Yale tries to send a long outlet pass, but that's deflected by Rinaldi.
Cough button still not installed yet, Wells.
We're totally rank amateur production here. As Yale will come up the left wing side, and Yale will send it all the way down, and they're going to wave that icing off.
Yeah, I heard a little something there, and that if that linesman there had it as tipped, but I don't know how that matters from a
short of the red line, right?
from his blue line. So.
And Gordon pulls up, elects to shoot. That goes off a skate to Durasevich. Shot that is blocked out front by Zezima off his shin pads. Good block there by the Trinity Pauling forward, and that puck is center, but nobody home for the Academy. Yale will control and skate it up through center. Brennan will chip it ahead for Zezima. Zezima coming in over the zone line. And Zezima dumped there, as the Academy will chip it high off the glass, but not out.
Another great Trinity Pauling play right there from the Grillo.
Long reach by the Grilovich as he keeps that in. Looked like a medieval rack stretch there. There's some Taft humor for you from an Andover man. 13:10 left to go here at the Berkshire School as the prep theme continues.
What a great facility this is. Well,
And we're going to get a high sticking call on Justin Gordon. So again, the officials wanting to be more a part of this game than the players. Take that for what you will. To the right of Aiken, as Justin Gordon goes off for high sticking. 13-10 left to go. We'll get a face-off to the right of Aiken. The Academy will send out Gordon, Chinekanair, Steele, and can't see who's on the far side for the Academy. Hibson, Riva, Maritolo out there at the forward line for the Bulldogs.
Like DeRoshewitz.
And DeRoche out there for the Academy. Pass to the center. Gordon, they're able to get it up and barely out, but just enough mustard on it to get it to center ice. And back the other way comes Kwasinski. Kwasinski leaves it for Riva. Riva will chip it deeper, and that puck will go in there. Steele backs off as he's not looking to get a 5-on-3 call on a corner holding penalty. And DeRoche sends that around the boards. And Gordon out there to chase, and good stick by Gordon, and that did not come out of the zone, I will say with absolute certainty, but they're going to call that offsides. I had a pretty good look at that, zoomed in on the blue line, and not the best game so far. Not terrible, but not the best game for the men in stripes today. Hopefully they will watch this tape and learn a little bit.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure that's the first thing they'll do as soon as
you know what? I got a comment.
I
got a comment once from an official. I told you that last year with the New York State tournament. I got a comment from an official.
Not enough height for the cartridge to get it smacked back in. But
I believe he suggested that we take a that's offsides. I believe he suggested that we take a course in officiating, to which I then replied to him that I that I am a former Massachusetts officiating seminar instructor. So,
well, there are a wide variety of courses I could be taking, but
not that makes me right. I certainly am wrong many times looking through this 10-inch viewfinder, as that sails again freakishly close to our camera.
Yeah. Kendra Williams almost being the victim of a flying puck there.
And so Yale will come in over the zone line. Partridge, puck turned over there, but Barrasso will take. Barrasso skates the outside, drops for Gorman. Puck's turned over, and almost a breakaway for Williams. Williams battling there with Gorman. Williams strong on the forecheck. Williams tumbling into the boards there. As that looked like Peggy Fleming, but maybe not as graceful. I've seen seal exhibits at the zoo that looked a lot like that as Partridge comes around behind Andronovich. And right wing side now. Good effort by Jack Williams. Don't mean to take away from that. It just was awkward looking. Shot in on goal. And a left pad save by Aiken. Shot from the point. Aiken keeps it in front of him. Cleared there. 2 stops by Aiken. 1 on Barrasso, 1 on Gorman. And that puck is loose, and Aiken will cover up and hang on.
Aiden Hotchkiss, certainly an unwelcome guest in the crease there, but going to work to try to recreate something.
As he should be. Get out of town. We could bring a little Jack Edwards cheeky humor. Even though most people hate Jack Edwards, we could bring a little Jack Edwards over-the-top commentary to the broadcast, liven things up a little bit. Not that this game needs it. 2-0 on the other side, 2:55 left to go in the Academy shorthanded. 9 seconds left on the penalty here, as we had some clock problems, but Justin Gordon in the box for 2 more seconds. And Silverstein chips it out of the zone. The Academy changing lines.
Many players on the ice for the white team there.
Well, and that could have been too many men easily, because the player coming onto the ice played the puck while Gordon was still on the ice. Scrap around.
What a stop by Carmine.
And Carmine, honestly, great stop, but also maybe a miss on the part of Nick DeSantis, as there was a lot of daylight there between the post and his pad. Puck loose on the side of the net. DeSantis coming around again. Loose in front, and that puck is deflected up and out of play. So 10:41 left to go here in this second period. The Academy almost making it 2-0, but great stop by Carmine Andronovich there as DeSantis attempted the wraparound.
Yeah, do these nets look a little bit better anchored here, Wells? We're not seeing quite as many nets coming off the pegs, and certainly Carmine had to push hard to get to that puck.
No disrespect to the Hotchkiss school, but
let's do it. Let's disrespect them all day long.
Geez, a lot of things look better here at the Berkshire School.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So that puck is shot all the way down. We'll get an icing here.
just as we're commenting on the Hotchkiss school, Aiden Hotchkiss himself very unhappy with the non-call there from the official.
And our clock squared away, 10:26 left to go. Williams firing, that goes off the leg of Krasinski and up into the netting. We'll get another stoppage here, 10:22 left to go. Another faceoff coming to the right of Andronovich. Chernek and Air lines up with Williams and Stapert. A little bit of a false start there. And now Stapert will control behind the net for the Academy. Stapert, near side corner. Stapert cycles it further for Chernek. Puck will come back to the point. DeRoche will pinch and send it deeper for Williams. Williams looking to center for Chernek. That deflected. Stapert with a nice job to glove it. Stapert should play it. They allow Yale to play it. Instead, Stapert could have played that because he gloved it. Williams could not. And seemed to be a lot of confusion there. But works out for the Academy. And a hard hit there by Maritolo down below us, and Krasinski lowering the boom. Funny line I heard last night when the Academy was playing the New Hampshire Avalanche. One of the parents, as Chernek intercepts there and takes back into the zone. As you know, the Avalanche didn't have much in the way of firepower, and I heard one of the parents shout out, "Bring the fire," as Riva tries to bring the fire down the left wing side. Much to laughter from everybody around the rink. He meant it to be funny, and it was pretty funny. Bring the fire.
Is that a BB gun that he's talking about?
I don't know.
Unfortunate
they might have,
personnel issue for that team.
That team needed a flamethrower, I think, there, Scotty. 9:27 left to go. As Miknich wins it back to Durasevich, hard off the glass, and that will come up and out of the zone. Avalon will control there for Yale. He'll send it back in deep for Varga. Another mishandle by the Academy coming out of the zone. Puck picked off there. Partridge will send it on goal. That's deflected up into the netting by Durasevich. And we'll get a stoppage here. Bit of a delayed whistle. Not sure what that was about, as that was clearly into the netting. 9:07 left to go here. Face off to the right of Tommy Aiken. Hotchkiss and Miknich in on the draw. Miknich will win that. Back to Durasevich. Chip further into the zone there by Hotchkiss. Barrasso in behind the net. Barrasso sends it up high for Avalon. Aiken will pad that aside. And Durasevich, as Gordon will come out of the zone for the Academy. Check that, that's Rinaldi. Miknich met hard there with a hit from Avalon as he forces the turnover. Barrasso sends it up for Cobb, but off his backside. And the Academy will gain the zone line, and Durasevich will just elect to dump it deep. And the Academy will chase here with Jack Gordon coming in on goal. Avalon in behind the net. He's pressured there, but gets it up to Barrasso. Barrasso near side. His pass is off the mark, mistimed it with Cobb. And now the Academy will control and send it near side.
Avalon,
another big
really
hit by Avalon.
Some hits.
The Academy coming in, wide open shot.
Great shot, great save
and
by
a nice
Carmine.
save by Andronovich, but we're going to get a call here on interference, as Avalon, I believe, had one hit too many.
That was a very dangerous situation for Carmine, and well handled.
Nice save there to keep it 1-0. Again, the goal by Jack Williams, but Avalon amped up maybe a little bit too much. That might remind his father of me at Dirks Bentley's last year in Arizona. Amped up a little bit too much.
I've heard a lot about that from Anthony.
I'm sure you have. And what happens in Tucson stays in Tucson. Or where is that? Scottsdale.
Scottsdale. That's descriptive, I think. Well,
there you go.
The
brain cells I lost that night. Yeah, it's Hipson.
A little too much cactus juice, potentially.
Comes back to the point for Gorman. And now Hipson. Flagged down by DeRoche. Hit there by DeSantis, and the Academy will control. Minute 38 left to go on the penalty. We'll get that up on the board for you in just a second. Chernek now coming through center. Chernek walking in with Williams. Chernek gives it to Williams. Williams dishes back for DeRoche. Shot, pad stop by Adronovich. Rebound there, but Chernek tied up by the Yale defender there. And left wing side now, Durasevich sends it back door. The Academy sends it back for Durasevich, and that will go too far.
Certainly a lot of communication with the officials and all this crease activity.
Nobody real happy with their performance today. DeSantis now turning it back for Chernek. And now that'll come back to DeRoche at the point. And Chernek will control for the Academy. DeSantis now coming off the wall. DeSantis sends it back to DeRoche. DeRoche fires that, hit Gorman out front. And Andronovich looked like he had a track, but it never got in on him as that hit Gorman in the leg. That's going to, oh, you know what? That might have hit Jack Williams in the leg as he limps to the bench. Williams tied up with Gorman and Jack going off to the end of the bench. Jack Williams, that is, to walk it off. And again, I'm not sure I've seen Austin Cook since he went into the boards. And Jack Williams, there's Cook coming out into the ice now. So Cook appears to be okay as Williams goes off. Shot in on goal by Varga. Rebound.
Oh, what a save.
And Andronovich with a huge save there for Yale. How did that not go in? So 18 seconds left on the penalty to Avalon. 6:27 left to go here in period number 2. And the Academy on top. Looks like it's a final across the way as the Academy U16s beat the Yale U16s by a score of 2-0. And off the draw, the Academy will control. Cook will whine and think better of it. Sends it over for Steele. Steele with an indirect pass off the pad of Andronovich, but nobody able to handle it there for the Academy, and Yale will clear it all the way down, and that should do it as the final seconds of the penalty. Wind down. Silverstein now coming in over the zone line. Silverstein bodied off there, able to dump it deeper, and now Gordon will chase in the corner for the Academy. Jack Gordon there. Gordon off the side of the goal, tries to center it, but nobody home anyway, and Kwasinski controls for Yale. Cobb coming up the right wing side now. Cobb will skate it into the zone. Aiden Cobb will turn and curl into the corner. As we get another screen from a parent program there to our left. Comes back to the point now. Grillo with a shot. That goes off a body, and Tyler Silverstein hustling after Michael Kwasinski, but he's able to gain control of the puck. He'll feed it up for Cobb, and Cobb gets around Varga. Cobb walking in.
Oh.
Cobb with a shot, and that goes off a skate and wide of Aiken. And now that puck will come back out of the zone, and the Academy will dump it on down as Kwasinski turns fans on the puck, and Hipson will control, though. I think Kwasinski was trying to hit Cobb, but he fanned on it and it went to Hipson anyway. Varga sends it right wing side now, and Steele will send it over for Varga out of his reach. And Hipson will control there and dump it back in as we approach the 5-minute mark here of the second period. Josh Steele in behind the goal. Will Rinaldi for the Academy. Will chips it up and out, but not hard enough to get it to Gordon. Now Rinaldi overskates it, but Hipson comes through the pile on the boards with the puck, and now
hard hit by Jake Trout.
Miknich will control for the Academy and send it around the boards. Hard shot back around there by Varga, and Varga with a bit of an elbow in the far corner. No call there as Miknich comes down the left wing side. Miknich moving in toe drag and looked to use the defenseman as a screen, but got the leg instead as Miknich has had a solid game for the Academy, both defensively and moving into the zone on the forecheck. Miknich now, or Gordon now rather, not able to control there, and Steele will wheel at center and turn it back for Gordon. Gordon, skating right wing side, will dump it in deep for the Academy. 4:11 left to go here. The Academy on top 1-0 on the early goal by Jack Williams. And you see him on the bench yet, Scotty?
I haven't seen him now.
All right, because he went off after getting that hard shot off the leg that we thought hit the leg of Birch Gorman, but instead I think went off the leg of Jack Williams, judging how he went off the ice. Back the other way comes the Academy. This is Jack Williams moving in. There he is, so he is back on the ice. Good to see that. The Academy moving in. Shot, and that goes wide of Andronovich. And Chernek and Air battling there in the corner. Puck comes up the wall.
Another hard hit by Avs.
And Stapert there gets it back to the point. And the hitting starting to pick up here as the Academy controls in behind the goal. This is Jack Williams now. Williams skating off the wall. Leaves for DeRoche. DeRoche's shot is blocked out high, hits a body, and now Brennan will send it up for Van Dale, but DeRoche steps back up and dumps it in. The Academy offsides, but they will clear as Yale will take it up the ice. That shot will roll in on Aiken, and he will elect to play it there, gives it to DeRoche. And the Academy, I think Aiken, recognizing Yale was going for a change, trying to move it up the ice, and they instead try to turn it in back behind the goal. But the Academy maintains possession. Gordon leaves it for DeSantis. DeSantis, backhand centering pass, puck loose in front. Teams battling there. And as we noticed yesterday, a mass of blue bodies in front of the Yale net.
That's for sure.
Bobby Barrasso coming in. Barrasso moving in. He tries to go short side, flips that up into the netting, up and out of play. That faceoff should come outside the zone. Unless you saw that off an Academy stick, Scotty.
I don't think I did. I think Bobby saw an inch up there, and he found that spot yesterday. So I think going back to the well was what he was intending.
He saw an inch and found about 13 feet of netting.
That's right. He got a field goal.
2:36 left to go. Not kicked by Ray Guy.
Or Morton Anderson.
Or Sean Landetta. Who was that Giants kicker who ended up going to prison?
We need to get the production.
We're going to find that out. That's right.
These guys have been absent all morning.
2:26 left to go as DeSantis coming in over the zone line. Nick DeSantis moving in. DeSantis with a shot blocker stopped by Andronovich. As now that'll come up the left wing boards, and Gaver's not able to keep it in there. Nice play by Cook to battle and turn it over, and the Academy will send it back deep into the zone as Cartridge will retrieve there. Oh, sorry, that's Grilovich.
Yeah.
I'm confusing my nicknames. As Cab Grillo handles it, and that goes off a head helmet and comes up towards us again, freakishly close to our camera position.
Well, it looks
somebody's
like
got
both,
it out for us today, Scotty.
Both Williams's wheel and Cook's wing appear to be serviceable for the remainder of this game, Wells.
Good to see as Colin Anna steps in on the draw with Silverstein and Rinaldi. He'll step in against Hibson. Hibson out there with Riva and Maritolo, and now Steele will send it far side for Durasevich. Durasevich will dump it deep into the corner. Gorman will chase for Yale. That'll come up the right wing side. Anna there. Now Yale. And now that is Gorman. Gorman in behind the goal, sends up the left wing side for Riva. The White Knight will take it in across the blue line. Nope, good stick there by the Academy. It's kind of like where's Waldo, right? Where's Riva with that white helmet? Like
very easy to find.
Right. And now,
and
Colin Anna hit early there. That'll be an interference call. They're going to call it a cross check. Either way, cross check looks better in the statistics. But with 1:29 left to go, the Academy will go on the power play. As Yale takes a minor penalty here. And that is Birch Gorman, who will go off for the cross-check at the 15:31 mark. And DeSantis now will step in on the draw. He on the power play with Williams and Chinekanair, Durasevich, and DeRoche. The Bulldogs will counter with Partridge, Zezima, Avalone, and Hibson.
You know them all now, Wells.
I do.
You're so fluent with these guys. You miss Kent Takedo, I know. But
I do. If the mic acquits, or the mic fits, I will acquit myself well of identifying the players.
That sounds like it's straight out of the English department at the end over there.
That is a giant stretch, there, Scott Willard. Glad to have you with me. This might be the last time this season, buddy, because there's no guarantee that either of these teams will go to nationals if they don't win today. The winner gets a ticket to Plymouth, Michigan, and the other team will hope for an at-large bid. Centering pass there is blocked. Teams battle behind the net. That is DeSantis battling hard. Williams will control now. Jack Williams walking out. Looks to go backdoor, but two blue bodies in the way, as that'll come all the way up and out of the zone.
Squeak that out, yeah.
And Durasevich will send it near side for Durasevich. 53 seconds left. Pass up the wall, and good pressure there by Yale.
Zone play by the Cartridge
to prevent the Academy from getting anything set up here. 40 seconds left in the period. 1:10 on the penalty. And Chinekanair will come in over the zone line. Chinekanair skating down the left wing side. Chinekanair sends it back for Durasevich. Durasevich circles there, leaves it for Chinekanair. Chinekanair walking in down low for Williams. Out for Chinekanair, stopped by Andronovich. Teams battle in front, and now Yale will control. And
keep holding arms down there.
DeRoche stepped up and got just enough of a piece, and the Academy momentarily offsides, but they clear. And Williams hard in on the forecheck as we approach the final seconds here. Teams battling in behind the goal. 7 seconds left. Pass out front. Hibson clears it, but not out. Durasevich having trouble handling it there, but does a good job to keep it in. Shot on goal. And that gets blocked by Chris Avalone.
Yeah.
And that will do it here for the second period for the Berkshire School. We got a good one. 32 seconds remaining on the penalty to Yale. So the Academy will start the third period with a 32-second power play. And the Academy leading 1-0 on an early goal by Jack Williams. But teams trading chances ever since then. And we should have a great third period in store for you. As we'll take a break here from the Berkshire School. The Academy on top of Yale, 1-0. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. Stay with us, everybody. All right, back here at the start of the third period. I'm Wells Aiken alongside Scott Willard here at the 2017 New England Regional Ice Hockey Championship game between the SASKS Academy 15 Nationals and the Yale 15 Bulldogs. And we've got a good one here. The Academy on top 1-0 on a goal by, just a second.
And that's a goal by Jack Williams. My partner here doing a little housekeeping. But since that goal, we've had about 33.5 minutes of scoreless play with a lot of exchange of opportunities for each team.
Thank you for filling in there, Scotty. Just dealing with a little technical issue with the GoPro. And
I think everybody gets nervous when I start taking over the broadcast. Well, it's a very
I think I looked at the YouTube analytics, and I think our ratings go up slightly. And we'll get ready to start the third period here.
I think 5 listeners is not a really indicative data set, but we can take what the numbers tell us.
So I had a minor freak out thinking I had not started the GoPro behind Carmen Andradovic, and it turns out I had it, so I was explaining how to have it turned on.
So penalty killers, it looks like, for the Bulldogs.
We got a little ice maintenance issue behind in front of the scorer's table as the Referee looked to be repairing.
Buckets and trowels and
Yeah.
all sorts of interesting situations over there. Yeah, so Zezima, Cartridge, Avalone, and Hibby.
Hips in the academy will counter with Williams, Chudek-Air, DeSantis, Durasevich, and DeRoche as we are set to get underway here in the third period. And off the draw, that's pushed ahead by Zezima. Zezima has his stick lifted and puck taken by DeSantis. And that puck will go in behind Aiken as Durasevich will look to get upset there. He'll give it to DeSantis. DeSantis sends it up skates it up the right wing side. DeSantis coming in over the goal line. DeSantis walking in, leaves for Williams. Chudek-Air now, right side half wall. Out to the point for DeRoche, down low for Durasevich. Durasevich circles there. He's hounded by Avalone.
Well played by Av.
And Avs pressures him hard there as the teams are back at even strength. Chudek-Air will chip it deeper for Williams. Williams it on the zone line. Back for DeRoche. DeRoche sends it far side for Durasevich. Durasevich with a shot that's blocked out high, and Hipson will skate it up and out of the zone for Yale. Yale, Hipson coming in over the zone. He gets around Durasevich. Hipson moving in, and Aiken with a save there. And back the other way will come the academy. This is Chudek-Air. Chudek-Air skating in. Right wing side. Chudek-Air in the corner. Centers it for Gorton, and that puck is overskated. Now Gorton will retrieve in the zone. And left wing side, Kwasinski now. Gorton now will control for the academy. Gorton. Right wing side, because there's all kinds of commotion behind me. Not sure what was going on there. Shot in on goal, and Andronovich will glove that and hang on.
We got some 16U fans, we got some 18U fans, and they all seem to be wanting to jump on top of your back. Well, so I think we're a little more cleared out and organized here at this point.
15:29 left to go. And off the draw, the academy will win it. Zezima wins it back to Gorman. Gorman passes it up the left wing side for Van Dale. That pass doesn't connect, but Zezima able to take, and that puck will roll in on Aiken. He will cover up and hang on, get a stoppage here. 15:18 left to go here in the third period. Face-off coming to the right of Tommy Aiken. Zezima will step on the draw for Yale against Miknich. And Miknich will be promptly chased and replaced by Jack Gorton. Gorton comes in and wins the draw there as Cook will control for the academy in behind Aiken. Cook sends it left wing side. And up and out of the zone, almost a turnover there at the blue line, but the academy recovers. They'll get it out and send it in deep, and Miknich will chase for the academy. Gorman back there. Gorman will elude 2 forecheckers and skate it out, sends it up the right wing side. That is Brennan moving down the right wing side. He is bodied off the puck, and Cook will now control for the academy, skating back the other way. Austin Cook coming in. Cook with a stick handle, one too many, and he loses control of the puck there. It'll come right wing side for Miknich. He chips it over for Cook, and Cook will retreat to center where he'll leave it for Varga. Varga sends it deep in the zone, and the academy will get a change here. 14:38 left to go in the third period. Glad you're with us here on YouTube. We've got a good one. The academy on top 1-0 on an early goal by Jack Williams, and that's where we stand here early in the third. Left wing side now, Partridge sends it up the boards. Durasevich picks that off, and a second attempt is turned back by Durasevich. And Haywood now in the far side corner. Pressure there by Justin Gordon. Gordon turns it over, leaves it there for, that is Ryan Miknich. Check that, that's Colin Anna. Anna in the corner, leaves it for Gordon. Puck down low now. Controlled by Anna, back to Durasevich at the point. Durasevich sends it across. Shot, that is blocked off the stick of Josh Steele. And now Hipson will chip it up and out of the zone as Durasevich will go back and chase for the academy. 13:52 left to go here in the third period. And the academy coming back through center. Gordon will gain the red line and dump it deep for the academy and send it all the way in where it will be retrieved by Cam Partridge. Partridge sends it to the middle for Hipson. Hipson chips it there for Avalone. Avalone momentarily loses control but retakes, and he'll skate back into his zone, and Yale will look to set up and come out of their zone once again as Partridge high off the glass and off the glove of Felix Gavers, and now coming back into the zone is DeSantis, and DeSantis will send that around far side. Barrasso there will chip it high off the glass. Hipson will glove that, and that was a glove pass. How did they miss that one as Barrasso gloved that right to Riva? Did I get something wrong there, Scotty?
Never. It's never. I mean, it would. It would be like not having the high tide after the low.
Nice play by Staper there to glove it down. He sends a pass over for Gavers. That'll go to DeSantis. DeSantis walking to the far wall. DeSantis loses the puck there, and Barrasso will pick up the puck and come back out of the zone. Bobby Barrasso coming down over the blue line. Barrasso walking in. Barrasso with a shot. Aiken with a smother. He will stop and hang on. And 12:47 left to go here in the third period. The Academy still on top, 1-0 on the Williams goal. Face off to the right of Aiken. Stepping in on the draw are Aiden Hotchkiss, the hands of Jim Anna, and Jack Williams. Hotchkiss able to win that draw. Chudek sends it around now for Durasevich. Durasevich up the left wing side. And that goes for icing despite being eclipsed by the broad, manly chest of Mr. Scott Willard.
Apologies.
I'm firing bombs to my left and my right, Scotty.
I've been pulling programs back and gathering.
It is a crowd control
fans.
Crowd control nightmare here. 12:37.
I become the problem.
Left here. No, not sir. Never, sir. Are you the problem? I just thought the icing should have been negated as the puck disappeared into your blue chest there. And back the other way comes Yale. This is Barrasso with Cobb. Barrasso moving it over the zone line. Barrasso, good patience there to hold. Look for Hotchkiss as the trailer, but a great play there by Victor Chudek to pick that off, picking up the trailer, and he'll come back the other way. Chudek coming in over the zone line. Victor Chudek walking in. Chudek left wing side. He will curl into the corner. He will leave it there for Durasevich at the point. Shot in on goal. That goes wide. That'll come near side now for Varga. Varga will chip it deeper for the Academy. Chudek and now Kwasinski will control for Yale. It'll go far side for Grillo. Grillo sends it up the right wing side for Barrasso. He's bodied off hard there by Silverstein, and Williams will take for the Academy. Jack Williams moving in over the zone line. He will go wide around Barrasso and Hotchkiss, two former Westchester Express teammates. And now that is Miknich along the left wing wall. Miknich walking in behind Andronovich. DeRoche near side will center it, and picked off by Barrasso there as Gorton tried to come in and pick that up. Coming down the left wing side is the Academy. Centering pass. We got a penalty coming up on Yale as it's going to be left for Rinaldi. Aiken to the bench for the extra attacker. Puck is loose in front, and we'll get a whistle and a stoppage here. And we're going to get a cross-checking call in front with 11:22 left to go here in the third period. And it is going to be
Looks like the quiz.
Michael Kwasinski. So he will sit for cross-checking. And the Academy, nothing to show goal-wise with all that pressure, but they earn a power play out of that effort. As DeSantis will step in the draw. He's out there with Chudek, Silverstein, DeRoche, and Durasevich. Puck near side. Now Chudek over far side for Durasevich. Back to DeRoche. DeRoche sending it down low for Chudek. Chudek back to DeRoche. DeRoche with a shot. That goes hard off the end boards, and Yale able to clear it up and out of the zone off the boards. As there is a lot of yelling coming from Coach Steve Novador on the bench. Is that the nickname for Bologna on Novador, Lightning and Thunder? As DeSantis comes over the zone line, leaves for Silverstein. Silverstein with a shot. That hits a leg in front and deflects wide. Durasevich now walking in back for Chudek. Chudek right wing side. Chudek walking into the slot. Chudek leaves it for DeRoche. DeRoche with a shot. That goes off legs and goes far side corner. Durasevich now, 1:13 left to go on the penalty. Pass back door for DeSantis. Puck is loose, and somehow Andronovich finds it and hangs on. And we'll get a stoppage here. 10:31 left to go. 9 on the penalty to Kwasinski. And we will get a face-off to the left of Carmine Andronovich, who has averted danger in many instances in this game. Off the draw, DeSantis chips it ahead, shot on goal. Left pad stop by Andronovich. And now the Academy will look to control and set up in the right wing side. Check that. That is, yes, Chernekaner will control for the Academy, sends it down low for DeSantis. DeSantis working out of the corner, sends it back to the point for DeRoche. DeSantis far side for Durasevich. Durasevich back to DeRoche, down low for DeSantis. DeSantis will look like he's going to leave for Chudek, but elects to skate behind the net and will skate it on the right wing side and come off the wall. Nick DeSantis winding up, sends it down low for Chudek walking off the wall, down low for DeSantis. Pass back door, and the Academy scores! Frank Durasevich, back door, buries it past Andronovich, And the Academy getting a much-needed insurance goal here, as they have had all kinds of trouble scoring on this Yale team of late. And that is a huge goal, as DeSantis showed great patience, skated, waited for time and space to develop, got it to Chudekadair. Chudekadair fed it back down low to DeSantis, and he threaded the needle cross crease to the defenseman from New Rochelle, New York, Frank Durasevich, getting the big insurance goal here for the Academy. And with 9:54 left to go here in the game, the Academy takes a 2-0 lead.
And the environment has definitively changed with a rabble of South Kent fans here.
And you've got all the leftover fans from the U16 games. You've got the fan buses that came up from the school, as Riva will take it down the left wing side. And Frank Durasevich with a big power play goal adds to the Williams goal for the 2-0 lead for the Academy, as we have now 9:34 left to go here in the hockey game. Puck back at center, and Big Max Willard will chip it in for the Academy. Cook will chase there. He's hit hard by Riva, and Riva will gain possession of the puck. Riva will send it out. Shot in on goal. That blocker aside by Aiken. Varga will take and backhand pitchfork it up and out of the zone. That goes off the glove of Gorman, so he will have to retrieve. He sends it up for Hipson. Hipson chips it further, and now the Academy comes back the other way. Coming in the zone are the Academy. Shot in on goal, and that goes up high off the netting. And 9:06 left to go here in this hockey game. There could be overtime or a shootout. As we mentioned earlier, the round robin did not have an overtime or shootout scenario, but
so they go what? They go 4-on-4 Wells for.
That's what I rely on you for, Scotty. As the faceoff
well,
comes to the right of Andranovic. You've got the programs right behind you,
the
sir.
production van is letting me down again. I need to get
and all of the rules.
The archivist as well as
Durasevich, the goal scorer, most recent goal scorer, sends it high off the boards and all the way down, and we'll get an icy call here and a stoppage in play with 8:51 remaining in the third period, and the Academy on top by a score of 2-0. So the faceoff will come to the left of Aiken, and Durasevich will chip it up the wall to Stapert. And Stapert will skate down the left wing side. And he's hit hard there by Gorman, as Gorman looks to give his team a lift. And that puck will go near side now, as that puck is chipped further along and handled there and chipped up all the way down now for Williams. Williams and Gorman battling there. Gets some help from Chudekadair. Williams coming off the wall, leaves it for Stapert. Stapert with a shot, that blockered aside by Andranovic. Puck will come back to Williams. He'll leave for Stapert now, back for Williams. Williams looked to go backdoor for Chudekadair, but the Yale Bulldogs able to intercept there and send it back to center. Durasevich, fresh off the second goal, will chip that deep into the zone with 8:06 remaining here in the championship game of the New England District Ice Hockey Region, and the Academy leading Yale by a score of 2-0. Back through the center comes Aiden Cobb.
Interesting slash. I'm not sure which one he got him on, but he had two.
We're going to get a cross check on the Academy. So Yale will go on the power play, as Nick DeSantis is going to go off.
He's got a bee under his bonnet there, Wells.
Well, you ought to be careful here.
2-0 lead.
Oh, now we got Avalon going into the box, so let's see what we've got here.
Huh. That's a hothead party.
Let's see.
I'm not sure I saw the one on number 4.
Well, let's see what we got here, because we got one. Nope, they took the penalty down, so we're going to go 5-on-5. Something happened with Avalon after the play. I saw DeSantis trip slightly. I don't know if he got his stick in there.
I think it was a South Kent stick that got caught in the
well, that may not have been the call. Avalon may have said something too. Would be the other thing, since we didn't see anything. I just saw DeSantis trip and wasn't sure what caused it. But
back to the murder and rudeness theme.
That's right.
From Hotchkiss.
So
all right,
7:52 left to go here.
Somewhat of a mystery. Obviously, a missed opportunity for the Yale team if that was a
face off to the left of Aiken. So we will stay 5-on-5. Zezima will step in on the draw for Yale. The Academy will have Colin Anna stepping in on the draw. That 0 is always bunched up on his arm as the puck rolls in on Aiken. And you know what? Again, speaking of rudeness, back the other way comes the Academy. That is Gordon Gordon will skate in. Looks to center it for Anna. And in the corner, Anna and Burge Gorman battling there. Gorman will send it up the right wing side back for DeRoche. That puck will bounce past DeRoche, and DeRoche will chip it over near side for Austin Cook. Austin Cook skating up the right wing side, sends it back down for Gorman. Justin Gordon with the pressure there. We got Gorman, Gordon, and Gordon in a tongue twister of names for these two teams. And DeRoche will chip it back in deeper for the Academy. And Yale now left wing side. Justin Gordon there pressuring. He's battling with Van Dale, and Van Dale unceremoniously dumped on his keister there. On a big hit, and Jack Gordon now near side corner. And Miknich, Rinaldi up high. Van Dale looks to exact some revenge there. Durasevich walking in. Shot and a goal! Ray and Miknich on the half wall off the rebound on the shot by Frank Durasevich. And the Academy now lead 3-0 here. 6:45 left to go in the championship game. And that is a huge goal for the forward from Anchorage, Alaska. Ryan Miknich with the goal there. As the Academy takes the lead, and it looks like, I believe they signaled timeout South Kent. So Coach Scott Gainey may want to tell his troops that, hey, we're excited here, but it's certainly not over yet. Great shot there by Ryan Miknich, Scott.
Yeah, that sure was. It was a lot of pressure and a well-executed finish.
So the Academy U16s with a 2-0 victory over Yale on the Olympic rink punched their ticket to, I believe they're in Philadelphia this year. And the 15 national championship will be in Plymouth, Michigan. And if this score is able to hold up, long way from being over, but the Academy would be able to win their first 15 regional championship and punch their ticket to Plymouth, Michigan. And of course, the inaugural season of the Pure 15s last season, Scott, the Academy 15s came into the championship game against Yale, had won, I believe, 5 straight, certainly hadn't lost to Yale all season, and lost in the championship game. And then those two teams met in the semifinals out in Scottsdale, Arizona, with Yale beating the Academy in the semifinals and going on to a national title, the first 15 national title ever won by the Yale 15 Bulldogs last year. So off the draw, Will Rinaldi will skate it and set it in on Andronovich, and that hit a stick and wavered in front of Andronovich. He did well to stay in front of that one.
A little bit fluttery. And it's the same format, well, as 16 teams for each one of
It'll
these.
be 16 teams. It'll be 12 at-large bids, 12 automatic bids, one from each of the regional championships. The Mass regionals, of course, also going on today up in Massachusetts. And so 12 automatic bids and 4 at-large bids. And Yale will certainly have something to say about an at-large bid should this score continue to hold here. I think both these teams will have a good case for an at-large bid either way. Both in the top 25 in the country, although SASKS has beat Yale so far 3 times this season. Yale with the win over SASKS yesterday. And then, of course, Yale having won the national title game last year. Puck back out to the point. That's blocked there by the Academy. Nice play there by Jack Gordon. And now Grillo will dump it back deep in the zone. Puck will come back out to Chinekadair. Chinekadair sends it over for Varga. Varga back for Durasevich. As I think probably the message that Scott Gainey gave his troops during that stoppage was possession, boys. Let's not turn the puck over carelessly and hang on to the puck. Puck's hard and puck's deep. So Stapert hit just below us here, and the puck will squirt out to center where Chinekanair will control and rag back. Chinekanair up for Williams. Williams will skate in the zone. Williams, drop pass there. Probably not the variety of pass that Coach Scott Gainey is looking for at this point in the game. Wants it hard and deep in the zone as the puck will come around in behind Aiken. Josh Steele will chip it around and leave it for Stapert. Stapert chips it hard off the wall and out, and Gorman will come back for Yale. Gorman, right wing side, leaves it for Chinekanair. Chinekanair chips it further ahead. Justin Gordon curling in the corner. Gordon dumps it deeper, but now Gorman will control, and they've got a hanging Jack Maritolo at the far blue line, but Gorman not able to get the puck up to him on the long headman pass. Back the other way comes the Academy, but nice keep in there by Gorman as the Academy tried to get it out of the zone. Overskated by Gordon, but now the Academy will control. Williams will skate to center. He'll get the center red and dump it all the way down, and that'll go into the corner where Gordon and Gorman will come together. Gavers, Gordon, Gorman, and Gavers all together, and now Hibson will chase in behind. Puck will come back to the point to Varga. Varga with a shot. That deflected, and they score! And I'm not sure if that was from the point by Varga or if Silverstein tipped that in front, but either way, it is the 4th Academy goal. And that will put them on top 4-0 here at the Berkshire School. 4:17 left to go, and the Academy with 3 third-period goals.
Certainly a deflection, Wells. Yeah, it went way to the other side of Carmine as he had the shot pretty dialed in. So.
Right, I just didn't know if it was deflected by Silverstein or off another stick.
Yeah.
As the Academy now leads 4-0 here. 4:17 left to go. Were they checking with Toronto on that goal? There's a little delay there at the scorer's table. As Gordon will skate now into the corner.
Against Gordon Willard.
Max Gordon Willard, that is correct. G-Max Willard, Gordon Max Willard. I'll tell you, as somebody who uses their middle name, Scotty, Max has a lifetime of pain filling out forms ahead of him.
Who are you?
Yeah, Tommy has the same issue. But enough about that right now as the Academy continues their pressure here. Gavers in the corner. Puck back around now. And Varga will send it deep for the Academy. Silverstein. And Silverstein will chip it deeper for the Academy. Gavers will attempt to send that deeper, but Zezima chips back to center. And now Willard will chip it ahead there. Willard up for Zezima. Zezima walking in over the zone line. A little bit of a delay there, but they managed to stay outside. Good body there by DeSantis. And Boreanaz out to play for the Academy now as Cook comes down the left wing side. Austin Cook hit high and hard there. And another hit there by Colin Anna along the boards. And cooler heads prevail as it started to get a little chippy there. And Boreanaz will skate it up and out of the zone and drop it for Durasevich. Durasevich will send it far side and up the left wing side. Anna battling there along the wall with Trout. Trout, Anna, and now Nick DeSantis. Nick DeSantis skating off the wall, leaves it for Boreanaz. Boreanaz will backhand it deep into the zone. And chased there by Grillo. Grillo sends it up the right wing side. Trout, but DeRoche able to keep it in there. And now DeRoche will take at center for the Academy. He will step up, and that'll get set all the way down. And Partridge will retrieve for the Academy, or check that for Yale with 2:24 left to go here, and the Academy on top by a score of 4-0. Heavy hit there along the wall as Partridge paid to get that one out of the zone. And back the other way comes Durasevich. He lays a body there. And puck will come back up to the wall now, and Durasevich with another hit there as the hitting really picking up here.
Surprising level of headhunting from a team with a 4-0 lead, but
I think they took a little there, so I think it's a little give and take. And you might see the referees want to settle this one down in a second. I think Yale doesn't want to wilt away here, wants to send a message. This will be a rivalry for years to come between these two organizations. And it would not be a Steve Novador team if they didn't go down battling hard. Off the wall, Yale sends it up ahead for Barrasso, and that'll be an icing, and we're going to stoppage here. 1:35 left to go here from Sheffield, Massachusetts at the Berkshire School 2017 New England Ice Hockey Regional Championship. The Academy with a 4-0 lead. U16s, of course, winning a regional championship on the Olympic rink behind us just about an hour ago. And the 15's looking to do the same to win the first regional championship in the school's history, as back the other way comes Aiden Cobb. Cobb moving in. Cobb centers it. That puck picked off by Josh Steele. Steele sends it up the wall for Williams. Williams will take there and skate it up and out of the zone. Jack Williams for the Academy.
That long Bobby Barrasso reach.
Has his pocket picked by the long arm of Bobby Barrasso. And that'll roll it out on Adranovic. He will cover up and hang on. 1:10 left to go here. So we'll get a face-off to the left of Adranovic.
And Phil Pritchard is in the building, it looks like, Wells, if you look behind the scorer's box. There's a big banner and a man in a red coat getting ready to hand it to what looks like it's going to be the South Kent team today.
Off the draw, Yale. That is Haywood. Haywood sends it over for Trout. Trout leaves it there for Haywood. That'll get set near side now for Gorman. Gorman sends it up the middle for Stober. Stober down the left wing side, hounded there by Varga. I haven't used one of my favorite lines today, hook, hounded, and held. But I don't think we've seen much of that. I've seen a lot of everything else, but not a lot of hooking, hounding, and holding. Far side in front of the bench. The Academy will control there. DeSantis will skate it off the wall. Nick DeSantis will just circle with the puck as we enter the final 25 seconds here. And not much in doubt at this point, as Gordon will get it deep there for the Academy. They will send it in behind the goal. As the final 15, you start to hear it from the Academy bench, as this will be the first 15 national championship, not national championship, but 15 national team regional championship in the school's history. Puck comes back to the point, shot in on goal. Aiken turns out of side. He gets the shutout. The Academy wins 4-0, and they capture their first New England Ice Hockey Regional Championship for the program. And that is a solid 4-0 win for the Academy. The Academy getting goals early from Jack Williams, and then in the third period from Frank Durasevich. It looked like Tyler Silverstein at the side of the net. And one goal scorer is eluding me right now. It'll come to me in just a second.
Micknich.
And you get Ryan Micknich. Ryan Micknich,
yeah,
that's right. That's right. So Micknich, probably Silverstein, but maybe Varga, and definitely Jack Williams, as well as Frank Durasevich. And the Academy getting great support from the U16 regional champions in behind the glass there. And the teams will come to center ice and shake hands. And what a tournament for the Academy, facing adversity, losing to yesterday, giving up 3 third-period goals. Aiken comes back with a shutout today, and they turn it around on Yale, having certainly had some doubt created by this Yale Bulldogs team yesterday with the strong game that they played in the 3-goal performance by Bobby Barrasso, and a strong effort from front to back by the 15 Nationals today here at the Berkshire School in Sheffield, Massachusetts. Team shaking hands at center ice, and there will, of course, be the banner presentation at center ice for the Academy.
If I could have both teams line up on their blue lines, please.
So we will go down to center ice to the tournament director.
First off, on behalf of the New England District of the USA Hockey, I would like to say congratulations to both teams. It was a hard fight to get here. It was a well-played game. You should be congratulated. First, if I could, the Yale coach come up, please.
Yale coach Steve Novador asked to come up.
Coach, congratulations on being a finalist in the tournament. Well played. Congratulations. Thank you.
So Coach Steve Novador taking the finalist banner and the medals for his team. And now the regional championship banner being brought out for the Academy 15 Nationals.
Congratulations on being the New England District champions.
Coach Scott Gady will take the championship banner and unfurl it at center ice. Now it's not pure 15, Scott, it's 15 only.
15 only.
And the captains for the Academy, Rinaldi, Chidekadere, and Williams go out to take the banner, and they all gather around the banner.
I think they're licking
at
it.
center ice. They may be licking the banner,
Jack
in
may
fact,
be
Scott.
tasting it.
Are they kissing the banner, I
I
guess?
think I saw Jack give it a smooch.
I don't think a banner is resilient to resisting bacteria as the Stanley Cup, so you might want to refrain from, there might be a lot of spit swapping there on that banner.
You don't want to be the
Kissing
second
the
guy.
banner. Plus, at the end of the day, it is not the Stanley Cup, and hopefully they will turn and take the team picture facing this direction, but we will see. A great moment for the 15 Nationals as they improve to 26-3-2 on the season. And their most recent loss, of course, coming to these Yale Bulldogs yesterday. So a big turnaround by this team as the medals are handed out amongst the players. Captain's handing them out to the team. And Scott, your final thoughts here.
Well, that was a great effort today, Wells. I mean, the third period onslaught from the South Kent kids, obviously had the effect that they hoped that it would. Quick start from Jack Williams, I think, set the table for a great 2 periods of hockey, and then the third period was certainly carried by the team in white.
It's certainly been a pleasure having you on the mic. I mean, the saddest part of all this is that we hopefully will work again at Nationals if you get an at-large bid.
Why don't you write a letter?
I will. That'd be a compelling reason. Yale would like to be considered for an at-large bid just so I can work with Scotty.
And then we can write more letters to Hockey TV about getting locked out of the.
You know what? You could ride out to Plymouth, Michigan with me. We can still have a good weekend.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Business trips are always a good thing.
Less cactus juice.
At the beginning of
Michigan,
April.
but we can try.
So they're the players posing for the team picture with the championship banner. And usually at this age, the kids all like to pose with the tough guy faces, but plenty of smiles out there on the ice today as they are able to win the 15 only championship. And here come the 16s out to congratulate the boys. They also regional champions today over Yale. Scotty, is the 18U Yale team make it to the championship game as well?
They are playing the New Hampshire Avalanche currently.
So
it's 7 minutes into the first period. I can't tell you, Wells, who is leading that game. That's John Bologna's squad over there in the 18s. I think both of those teams are they'll still play their final game today and then move into their school seasons.
Is it Joe or John?
John.
Okay, somehow I got it off a program as Joe. So my apologies to John Bologna, because I think I've been calling him Joe. But what a picture there. And I'll tell you what, these two programs, clearly the two strongest programs in the state. Yale with 3 finalists today.
Absolutely.
Selects Academy with 2 finalists today and 2 regional championships. And Yale, of course, winning at the 15 level last year. And I am going to leave the camera running and go down to ice level and take some pictures. So I will say good afternoon. If it is even afternoon, it is afternoon now, so I think we're safe there. So we'll say good afternoon for the Berkshire School in Sheffield, Massachusetts, where the final score for the final time is your Selects Academy 15 Nationals 4, Yale 15 Bulldogs nothing. Tommy Aiken with the shutout. Goal scores by Frank Durasevich, Jack Williams, Ryan Miknich, and we think Tyler Silverstein and Caden Varga. And I think they just looked up to the headmaster, and I think the students got a day off, a headmaster's day tomorrow. And it sounds like they get a day off from school for their victories here today. So again, the goal scorers: Williams, Durasevich, Miknich, and Silverstein or Varga. And Tommy Aiken with the shutout. Your final score: Selects Academy 15, Nationals 4, and Yale Bulldogs nothing. The Selects Academy 15 Nationals are your 2017 New England Regional Ice Hockey Champions. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Glad you were with us this morning and this afternoon on YouTube. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you in 3 weeks from Pennsauken, New Jersey, when the Academy takes on the Virtua U15s. Thanks for being with us, everybody, and have a great rest of your Sunday.
Benny. Get Josh and Colin. You guys come over here. Take a picture.
Come down here. Come down here.
Come here, please. Good job, boy.
Hey, thanks for running.